It's been a minute. What, 2
I hate
weeks?
saying we're back, but we're
No,
back.
but we're back. But we can always be back every week.
It's been a couple of weeks. We're busy chicks,
I mean, it's been busy. We have, team dinners. I mean, we got kid stuff, right?
Redecorating my house.
Redecorating her house, repainting her garage.
Serious stuff. Serious stuff.
So we have Halloween coming up. We're in October. What happened?
What happened?
It's
That's
bizarre.
insane.
So you wore sandals this week, right?
Me?
Oh, you have socks on though.
Like my socks.
She's got her bird
Oh,
leather.
socks.
I wore high tops
You're
because I was
I'm
like,
like in fall. I have my shacket. The
shirt
plaid
jacket.
Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
I'm like all falled out.
I just bought one of those, and I got to be honest, it's like my favorite thing.
Yeah.
It's like
You
soft.
can put it over everything.
I love it. I love it.
I sat
No.
outside in the sun today. I can't give up.
Today was
summer.
nice. Yesterday was like sunny, and I was like, I'm gonna go out and get the mail. And I think I was expecting like to walk out and it feel like August. And I walked out and I was like, ooh,
Yep, nope, it was chilly.
it's chilly out here.
Yeah, it was chilly.
We'll get you like that. Though.
Will had a game last night, and we were in the middle school stands, and I don't know who designed the stadium. If you're on here, I apologize, but it is like we are in the sun. It's blasting at us.
Ugh.
You couldn't see the game. We could not see the game, and I'm not even. I tried to video all the things that moms do, and I couldn't do it. So,
Yeah.
but whatever.
They won though, right?
They won. It was a
saw
good
that
game.
on the
So
Facebook.
yay!
Yeah.
Aw.
All right, so Halloween-ish. We're not quite there yet, but we're kind of starting off that fun time of the year.
My husband just texted me for the football for the boys, like dinner night every Thursday. A different family does it. I made Grandma Jerry's caramel cuts, and he saw a picture where they were all sitting there, and the whole tin was full. Like I made like 4 batches, and he's like, "Your caramel cuts were not a hit," and I was like, "No, they were. That was a pre-picture." And then all the kids didn't know what they were, so then
But they ate them, and then
yes, they found out they were cookies, and then next thing you know, they're like, "Mrs. O'Neill."
And I heard
would
you say
mind-"
you brought some here, and I'm just assuming you put
They're
some in my mailbox.
upstairs.
Too.
They're
Oh, yours are
upstairs.
Oh, you
They're
got mine too?
upstairs. Yes,
Okay.
yes, yes.
I
They're
knew you wouldn't make them and knock them.
And then all of a sudden, the kids were like, "Mrs. O'Neill, can I please have a to-go bag?" Because I was making Ziploc bags, and they all took them
Don't you
home.
hate it when they call you that?
Yeah.
Damn
Are we old?
it.
You know what? Today
Oh.
I went and bought wine for our event. And do you know what she did? Just tell me your birth date. It's fine. I was very upset.
I got carded recently at a bar.
You did.
And the lady had to be the same age as me. And I was with Kevin. I think she thought Kevin was like my
Dad.
sugar daddy or dad. Because then afterwards he looked at her and he goes, "What about me?" And then she kind of laughed. And she looked at my ID and I was like, "How old do you think I am?" I don't know. She said something like 30 something.
She wanted a tip.
And I was like, "I'm giving you a big tip. I don't care if you're lying to me or
Just lie to me.
whatever."
Just make me feel good.
And
I do not like Mrs. Mason.
No.
I don't
No,
like it.
The
and-
Like
worst
Miss
is
Katie is okay.
Oh, yeah, that's
like if
cute.
the kids call me Miss Katie, I'd
the
rather.
worst.
yeah,
like,
I could go with
Or
Miss
Dr.
Dawn.
Mason is great.
Of
Like,
course.
okay, but Mrs. Mason is like,
No, I don't love it either.
The,
And I get
You
it
talking
all
to
the
Cindy?
time.
the worst is ma'am.
That's what I got.
Man is so old sounding.
That's what I was saying. I got that the other day, and I was at Starbucks. And the sweet young guy that works there, I see him all the time too. Like at this
Ugh.
point, just call me Dawn because you know my name because you take my order. And he literally said, "Ma'am, your drink is ready." And I was like, I'm sorry.
Who you talking to?
"Is there a ma'am around here?"
Now,
That ain't me.
The first time I got called ma'am, I was like in my young 30s, and it was McDonald's, those damn fast food drive-throughs.
13-year-olds.
And he had like acne all over his face, and he was like, "Ma'am," and I was like, "Oh my god, he's supposed to think I'm like hot. I'm only like 32. I'm a ma'am."
But he's got zits, so we're good.
Yeah.
I mean, we're out. But whatever. So, all right, moving on. We went south. We always go
Sorry.
south, right? So Halloween-ish, or let me just say like fallish, right? Would that be a better way to put it?
Okay.
So we
Good
brought
call,
some
y'all.
our drinks. We'll go through those real
Yes.
quick, and then we have a couple featured drinks. I have Gnarly Head. It's the Grateful Dead episode. So it's
Oh.
got the really cool skull on it. Perfect for
Like they do different
Halloween.
bottles.
They do different bottles. It's just like the Snoop.
Oh, that's cool.
Well, they do the
Yeah.
different bottles. So,
Yeah.
that almost went down. That would have been amazing. if I did the drink. So that's my Halloween one.
I have Josh Pinot Grigio because Dawn bought it for me.
I owed her big time. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. I owed her.
I do favors for wine.
She
If
does.
anybody wants to know.
Can you look at my kid's ear, please?
Yeah. Yep. Just cost you a bottle of Pinot Grigio.
No problemo.
I don't know how to pronounce this.
Let me see. I'll tell you.
Look,
I'm really good.
No, look, it doesn't have the name, but
Oh.
here's the name right here. I want to say Mazel, like Mazel Tov, but it's not. Mazelland. Mazelland Cat Riesling.
I think
So-
it's German.
Yes, it is. It is.
Reinhensen.
Yes, there you go. So I was walking through Meijer and I saw a stash of these cute little. Look at it's like a matte black cat bottle
It is
Riesling.
cool.
And the wine is actually good. Like I like Riesling. It's a little sweeter, but it's not too sweet. $13. They're almost sold out at Meijer, but you can find it online. Just Google it.
Should we try it? I think we poured ourselves a little,
yes.
little sampler.
I know you
Yeah.
guys don't like sweet, but it's very good.
Cheers, ladies. And you all. You know what? It's not super
Do you
sweet.
like
though.
it? Yeah,
Look,
it's got a tang.
it's almost like the
Katie doesn't
You don't
like
like it? It's almost the middle of the road, which I like.
Yeah, it's middle of the road. It's a little
This is not something I
sweet.
could drink all the time.
No, a little tang. But I mean, no
you
offense.
You said
Wait,
tang twice, and that's
wait.
real awkward.
No offense. No offense.
She likes it. She
I
likes
like it.
She likes that.
I like
tang.
He's like,
Tang.
"You pussy."
Hi. Oh, oh God.
You know
Jesus
what?
Christ.
I
that.
specifically.
You can't say pussy cat unless you
Pussy
say cat.
Oh, I just
forgot
forgot
a
a
word.
word.
Forgot
Not
a
that big of a deal.
It's good
Right.
for if you like Riesling.
Unless your kid is in elementary school still, then that's probably a problem.
None of us have kids in elementary school.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sixth grader.
Oh,
Okay,
no,
good.
she just shaded Grady.
Sorry, Grady.
This whole
Yeah.
thing is gonna get cut, so let's just keep Grady.
All right, moving on. And then we brought an epic snack. You guys,
I
you're for a
worked so
real
hard.
treat.
At 1:00 today, it took me like 2 hours.
And they're not caramel cuts, by the way.
The controversial
Disgusting.
candy corn. Do you like it, Dawn?
I do like candy corn.
You do?
Yes,
I do too.
I like it.
Ooh.
I'm not a sweets person.
You can't eat too much or it makes you sick.
Well, I'm
That's
just not a sweets person. I like
It burns
Ooh.
my tongue.
it. What?
Yeah.
That's so mild.
It like burns my
Yeah.
tongue. I don't know.
she's wrong.
Like, what even is it? What is
It's wax.
It's okay, but I okay.
sugar.
It's sweet wax. I do not like Twizzlers because they're not sweet enough for me.
So I have such bad news about Twizzlers.
You love them?
I want to marry
I love
Twizzlers.
Twizzlers.
But
They're my
see-
road trip snack
okay,
always.
here's the
Okay.
problem.
Mm-mm.
15 years ago, when I realized I could no longer have gluten, they're basically all gluten.
Oh.
And so I can't
can
eat them
have
any
gluten.
longer. And when I do, I feel terrible. So I can no longer have them. And it really bums me
I
out.
feel
Like,
like
you just have to poop or something.
No, it makes
Like,
me
it's
actually
worth
want to
it.
throw up.
oh
No, if that was the case, I'd tough through it.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not. I actually have to throw up because the only time I can get rid of that really bad,
Bloated feeling.
it's like a burn
yeah.
in the upper part of my stomach is when I puke.
I
No.
feel like
I'll
Twizzlers.
eat yours.
Twizzlers
Okay.
to me aren't sweet enough. It's
Oh, I
like
love 'em.
eating. I feel like it's eating like waxy plastic.
But I don't love sweet. So that's,
why you, and you don't love
I don't
sweet, and I
either.
love sweet. So Twizzlers are no. Candy corn is a little sweeter. Can you just try one?
No, I'm not.
I'll try one.
Mm-mm. No, I have to go to the dentist in like 3 weeks.
Like an almond.
3 weeks.
Like a Jordan almond.
Jordan almond.
Just try
I'm
it.
starving.
They're done. And I like them stale. Like I like them
I-
opened after they've been out a couple days. You do too.
Listen,
Weird.
Listen,
Yes.
you're my spirit animal. So when I used to
And
work,
all you fuckers who hate them, I hate you.
yeah,
Oh.
you're out. You're
Yeah.
outie 5-0.
You guys are really hardcore about the candy.
I don't like
Okay.
people who don't like candy
So
corn.
listen, when I worked at
I do
Blockbuster
like
You
Video,
don't have gluten?
no,
No.
Yeah,
I
'cause
worked-
they just are candles.
Melted candles.
maybe
and
just
sugar,
actually
thank you.
Wick, we're supposed to actually light
It's
these.
candles and sugar. Okay, so
So-
the ones with the chocolate on the bottom, disgusting.
I never had them.
You haven't seen the ones
I've
where
seen
they're
them.
like,
I've never had them.
no.
I don't.
What about the little pumpkins? I like the
They're
pumpkins.
too big.
They're too big.
They're
because
too big.
You feel guilty after
No.
you eat one.
No.
These you can eat 20 for
And
one
I don't
pumpkin.
love candy, so if I'm going to eat
Yeah,
it, I'm
you don't
gonna,
want
like-
one big pumpkin. You want 10
No.
candy corn.
But I will
I think
tell
the
you.
rest of the world is on my side.
Mm.
I think you guys are.
A lot of people hate
Okay.
candy corn. I'm very interested. We'll have to post something and we'll do a poll of who likes candy corn and who doesn't.
So my remote shooting just disconnected, but I'm not sure if the camera's still.
Oh, shit.
It's on. We're on.
But do you see it
Red
live?
light. I see red light.
I see
Where
a
do you see a red light?
on the
On
camera.
Can y'all see us?
We're not live.
I'm gonna
Is
check.
anyone
Can
out there?
you imagine if we did a live one, we'd be
Anyone out
canceled
there?
the next day. We'd be
Right.
canceled.
I'm
the next
coming
day.
over just to see. Oh, you are live. Hi. Okay, good.
Right.
So whatever happened. I don't know what to say about that, but it just
we can cut
disconnected.
it out.
You know who I bet hates candy corn?
Who?
Jared Goff.
No, he does
That
not.
was a really good lead-in. Katie, that was amazing.
He does not look like someone who eats candy corn.
You know why? Because he's an elite badass. Let's just say it.
So I saw a picture of him the other day on Facebook, and it was like drawn of him sitting on the what are they called? The uprights, like for the field goal. Is that what they're
The
called?
field goal post?
Yeah.
thing.
He was like, it was like a drawing or painting of him, and he was sitting there with Crocs. And Heather works for Crocs. So I was like, can we please get some custom Crocs? And she's like, like Nike has,
Right.
Yeah.
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 Year or whatever, they have a sponsorship with whoever. And I was like, that would be amazing if we got some like Detroit Lions
That would
Crocs
be
on their
great.
Detroit Lions site or something. And she's like, wink face. I sent it to the like man purchasing whatever.
But honestly, with what they're doing right now, I mean,
people
that would be
eat
huge.
it up.
So I walked into Meijer today, and all of a sudden, and we'll get into all these details, but Tigers gear, Lions
I
gear.
saw it
everywhere.
too. Why do you guys Tiger shirts? Because I thought you would show up in Tiger shirts.
I had a
I don't
Lions
even
shirt.
own a Tiger shirt anymore.
You know
Like,
what? I had a Lions t-shirt on before you guys came over. And I was like, I think I've worn this for like 2 pounds. So I took it off because I was like, I'm not going to wear it again.
I have a Tiger shirt in my car because I thought I was going to walk in and you guys were going to have Tiger shirts.
That's funny. Well, you know what? We will continue because Saturday they have a big game. So
Oh
maybe
my
next week we can do that.
What
So,
time is the game Saturday?
I
I
don't
heard
know.
like pre-party at noon or something. So we'll have to look at
are
it
we
and see.
tailgating? I'm just
Uh,
saying is all.
I mean, hey.
We could do like a
great. It is at like 1 or 2 because
Yeah.
Grady has a football game at 1 and it's like in the
At the
middle.
same
at the
time.
So
same
you're
time.
not tailgating with us?
No, I'll be cheering on the 6th
Is it home
grade
game? I
football.
asked Grady today. Yeah.
It's home. So
I was at one of Grady's games this year, so I'll come to another one, but I'm not going to be at that one because the Tigers are on.
I know.
That's gonna be a good
Thankfully,
game.
Baseball games are long, so
But
it'll
Grady's a
be-
beast on the field,
Guys,
so
that
hopefully he'll-
baseball game. So you guys were texting me. I was listening to it on YouTube TV in my car, but it's hard because I don't know the
You don't know any
players.
names.
Yes.
I know.
in 10 years
Yeah.
since they've been to the playoffs, we have not paid attention to that.
Sorry if this is like a whole
Guys.
thing, but like ever since they moved to Bally Sports, like I'm not paying another streaming
No.
service to watch a team that really hasn't been that great. But this is a great story. This team.
I don't
Do you guys know that they have one person on their roster with playoff experience?
Mhm.
That's insane. Like these are all a bunch of babies. Did you see that picture?
I love
It
it.
looks like he came from my womb.
Well,
I was like, did I birth him?
I didn't like him, so that's good
Oh,
because
that's
apparently
amazing.
that's what I'm into. Hi, Will. So there's
Yeah.
one of our out of our wounds.
I was
And
texting-
speaking of
I
wounds,
texted Dusty and I was like, why does this kid look like such a baby? Does look
guys,
like he's 22. I'm
I
like,
saved a picture where it says Tigers 26-man roster. They make 18.8 million. And then the pitcher of Houston that we beat makes 19 million. So the roster
The whole
makes
roster.
less.
big Detroit
I love it.
But you know what's
Love it.
cool?
It's like,
Here's what's really cool. We have 2 teams
I know.
that are kicking
Yes,
ass.
I
And
know.
that I remember back in the day when we were younger watching the Red Wings, and it was like the greatest thing ever. And I don't even love hockey
I
that
hate
much.
hockey.
but
I never watched the Red
When the
Wings.
Red Wings were good, it was the most
Oh, it was
exciting thing ever.
exciting.
Bars would be packed,
Yeah.
and they would be there all night watching
I
these
remember
games.
when the Tigers were good last time too.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
we used to watch every game, and it was really fun.
Is it like the manager? Is he picking these
He's
people?
He's very good. So here's the thing about the
He
manager.
must be amazing.
He used to be Houston's manager. He got
Mm.
fired when there was a little bit of a scandal.
Isn't that who we just beat?
Yes.
Oh, I did not know
There was a little bit of a
this.
cheating scandal. And so he got
Oh.
fired, and then he came to Detroit, and the guy has been lights out for Detroit.
I love when you look at the manager
Yeah.
and they're just sitting there chewing
Yep.
chewing gum, whatever they're doing, just calm as a
Because
cucumber.
we're not like that on Friday nights.
Heck no.
We're losing our marbles, and so I kind of want to have his demeanor.
But
Yeah.
I think that the players are young. What's that song?
They're like,
Young, dumb.
yeah.
Nope, that's not
They're
right.
not wrong. They're not wrong.
Oh,
And they're not dumb.
somewhere
No,
else.
but they're all just, I don't think they
Yeah,
have
they're
that
young. And
pressure.
they're just like, let's fucking
Let's
go.
do it.
But you
Like-
know, that's the thing, though. You have to have that drive, and you have to, when you fail, you got to get back up.
They're
These
probably
guys-
not married. Grady was like watching the Lions game and Goff did something. He threw an interception and Grady's like, he shouldn't have got married.
That's his wife. Thanks a lot.
He shouldn't have gotten married.
Listen, here's what I'm thinking is if the Lions wore the unis that they wore this last weekend, I'd marry every one of them.
Oh.
I loved.
I mean,
Here we
wouldn't
go
you,
again.
wouldn't
They're-
you already marry all of
young.
them with
They're
a
not,
uniform?
they're not that young.
Oh.
They have helmets on. You
They're-
can't tell.
Yeah, they're 45.
They're 45.
All
yes.
of them are
Who is the oldest guy in the NFL? I'm gonna look this
Oh
up.
well, Adam
Aaron-
Vinatieri
Aaron
used to be.
Rodgers?
Well, Adam Vinatieri was 46, and he was a kicker. 44,
Ooh.
maybe he was 44, and
Yeah,
he
but
was a kicker.
Kickers are different. They're
I
not
know.
like real player. Sorry.
We know a kicker. We know a really great kicker.
couple of them.
Yeah, but they're not just kickers. They play in the rest of the game.
No,
No.
we're talking about
Older
NFL
people. NFL
kicker.
kicker.
That.
Who?
Hi, Aaron.
Oh, Aaron? He didn't do anything else? Sorry.
Yeah,
Is this getting cut?
here's why we're not
Aaron,
editing that because we're
Aaron,
gonna let you. Shut
you
up.
are no, you are
hear that so
you
fast.
are one of a kind. Let's have Aaron on. He would love to
Aaron,
come on.
I am gonna tag you in this when we post.
But didn't he play for a long time? He didn't tackle anybody? Never. Let's ask him.
Okay, so moving on.
But Aaron is one of a kind, and he would like that.
Mm-hmm.
He would have tackled it.
How's that kitty? How's your kitty cat line?
He would have been good.
Aaron, this is for you. I should not drink a bottle of wine before.
By the way, I ran into.
Aaron Rodgers, number 1, 40 years old.
Okay,
40?
That's
No,
active.
that is not the
That's
oldest.
active.
Are you
active?
shitting me right now?
Yeah, that's old for football. 40?
That's
You
the
play when you're
oldest
20,
person.
like 4,
Right now.
23.
But look
Or
up.
21. You play like you can't.
Look up
play
how
for
old
18
Adam
years.
Vinatieri was when he
So
played.
I'm older than the oldest player in that.
yes.
old. What
That
is
crazy, that crazy Aaron Rodgers is
He's a wacko.
And he's
Wow.
got
a lot younger than you.
He's got a man bun.
Gosh.
Man
We're
buns
old.
are out.
We're old as shit.
And if you have a man bun, I don't feel bad about saying it, but man
Don't you
buns.
see people sometimes and you're like, oh, they look old?
Yes.
And then like you see their birth date or
No.
whatever. Like I do this. This happens to me a
Yes.
lot. Like I see somebody's birth date, like it'll be say like 1989, and you walk in, you're expecting to see a teenager.
But you should
Like,
feel.
a middle-aged woman.
But you should feel
Like,
good
wait a
with that.
second. I agree. I'm not. I'm old. I'm older,
I'm older
than
than you.
You know what though? I have had clients where because I have to take their IDs when we close.
Yeah.
And I'll take a photo and you look and see how old they are, and you're like, bro.
How about when
did
you're
not do yourself
online?
any
and you have
favors?
to put your birth date in. You have to scroll for like 10 years
Yeah.
just to get your date. And you're like, I hate who's born in 2010? You shouldn't be on this website.
Lame. All right. So moving on. Sorry, we got sidetracked. Lions uniforms.
They were cool. The black.
Those were amazing.
they were
And
fun.
I saw
So
people
exciting.
commenting all over the place. But my favorite thing, so if anyone has one, you can send it to us because I want one, is the helmet.
Mm.
It
Those
was kind of shiny.
Yeah.
But it was so cool. It was like for that night, for them to have those on and play the way they did, I thought that was super cool.
I feel like helmets are a thing. Like when you guys are watching NFL games, not just the Lions, but like every team, I'm always like, ooh, I like those uniforms. And then my husband's like, those helmets are
Yeah,
badass.
for sure.
Like you just look at like some of the helmets.
they're like
and how
a
much
statement. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
yes.
So
it's fun.
and then of course when you're wearing the helmets and you perform like you did, like the insane Goff St. Brown
That was
situation.
awesome.
Coolest thing ever.
I love Amon-Ra. I like his
I
story.
had to watch it on
His
a
whole
replay.
family. Have you ever watched like his story
No.
about his family? Oh my god, you have to watch it. His dad was a bodybuilder. He has
Oh,
a
that's
brother who was he in the NFL too?
I have no idea. I have not watched this story.
Yeah, his mom, I don't know where his mom is from, but they speak a couple different languages. Just very like regimented. Like
Yeah.
the dad is very
He's a
regimented.
badass.
And like he raised amazing athletes, but they're also like smart.
So he married
humans.
Breeder. He married a
He
breeder.
married a breeder. Yeah, I think he did. I'm pretty sure she's tall too.
Yeah. Yeah, see, that's
Smart
right.
guy.
That's where I failed. I mean,
Mhm.
just. But Goff was amazing too because for a quarterback, I mean, I'm not saying quarterbacks can't catch. My kid's a quarterback, but like when you are
Oh, yeah.
in a position where
Jack
that's not
is
your,
hot. Like he's
I know, but that's not your norm.
It freaks them out.
And
yeah.
then you have a
Goff is
kid.
married too.
I mean, and he jinxes him. So he not only was he jinxed,
He's only been married for like a year.
and he had a new uniform on, so it's really gonna mess up your brain. But like that play for his first receiving touchdown, and then St. Brown's first throwing touchdown, it was incredible.
I feel like Goff never is like
Moves.
so excited. Like
He doesn't
like,
move. He doesn't
after
like
that
jump.
when he caught it,
doesn't-
I
yeah.
think he like maybe threw
He
it into
did.
the
Yeah.
stands or something,
He-
and that's like the most I've ever
Yeah.
seen.
I
Like,
actually,
out of
I actually
him.
thought, is he gonna get fined for that?
He-
Because you know,
No,
that
he
does.
did.
know.
He probably did. He
You see the
flipped
other
it
guys
there.
and they score and they're like doing dances.
Yeah,
Somebody did get in trouble. Unsportsmanlike, the one that jumped in the crowd.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
So here's my
I
thing though
love
about that.
him. I love his.
Here's my
energy.
thing.
Goff is all business.
Yeah.
Let's get down to
Yeah.
business.
I feel like
Okay.
he's a little reserved.
My thing is this: you throw the football in the stands. I want to keep that football.
Yeah, you do.
If
That's
you
why
got
you're
the
throwing.
football, we want it. We're gonna put it on the podcast. Like, think about, like, you hit a baseball. Like, that's
I feel
normal.
like
Somebody
Goff-
throws a
I feel like
football
Goff-
into the stands. You're like, oh my god.
I feel like he owes us a football. We
Yeah.
need
He owes
to
us a
reach
football.
out to him and see
Yeah,
if he'll give
should.
us a football.
And so so that's what we're talking about. But the other part of that whole thing is Dan Campbell's ballsy play calling. Like, he has not stopped the
I
entire.
like that he hasn't held back after the
I think
last
2
end of last year.
years. Yeah, I think 2 years he's done this where you're just like, I can't believe you called that.
I
It's
love it.
amazing.
I love it.
It worked. Obviously, they practiced it like bosses, right? But
Yeah.
still, to actually make that play call in a game,
He's
it's
no
incredible.
dummy though. He's
No,
like
he's-
just like hardcore.
I love
guys
that.
would not believe how many people think he's hot. I mean, I know you do.
We talked
I don't know. I
we
mean,
talked
she
about this
does.
before. No, my mom does, not me.
I just
Mm,
saw.
I feel like
someone
you said
the
you
other
thought-
day.
I said I got converted the other day. I do
Yes,
feel like,
you did.
I feel like when he gets angry, I'm like,
I like the power play. Don't
Yeah,
get me wrong.
yeah.
I like the power play, but I don't find him attractive.
No.
Unless you have a helmet I,
I
can
don't-
have.
I
If
don't-
you have a helmet I can have, I think you're attractive, Dan.
Yeah.
Look, if
I
you-
don't think he's like hot, but
Like, I
think
wouldn't
it-
wanna
like if
bang
he throw,
him.
no,
No,
if he
no.
throws,
You would?
if he throws his microphone off, I love it.
Well, Harbaugh used to throw his microphone
Yeah,
off.
I know. Not doing- no, no.
Ew.
Let's
Do you actually think he's cute?
Yeah, I do. But
Harbaugh?
but here's the problem. I
Of
think
course you do.
I think it's a power thing. I
She like-
do.
Ew.
I like the power.
You like the.
I
Yeah.
like the power.
She likes
You're all about Joe
what's the
Biden.
serial killer's name?
Come on, man. He's napping right now. He is down napping.
What's the serial
Ted
killer?
Bundy.
She thinks Ted Bundy is hot.
Listen,
Can we,
how
like-
do you think he
can we
became a
post-
serial killer? Because people thought he was attractive, and so he sucked them into his little web. True or not?
Next. Halloween.
True story. Well, the perfect lean in. No, wait. Okay.
Yes, creepy scary Halloween.
Okay. So the other thing I read today, and I actually took a picture of it. They had this stat out about who they thought could win the Super Bowl, and there was percentages. Okay, and the percentages, the Lions were in the top 3.
How can we talk about this now? I feel like we're jinxing it.
Mhm.
Okay, no,
Feels dirty. Like, I don't like that. I don't want them to even.
I'm
be in
not
the
saying they're going to.
conversation.
They'll probably fail
One
and
game
suck.
at a
There you
time.
go. But the other thing is, this was an actual stat that came out. I didn't make the
I
stat
saw
up.
it. Yeah,
Okay.
I saw it.
So we were behind San Francisco and Minnesota, but
Who's
it's
San Francisco? The 49ers?
well,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
the team that beat us, right?
Mm.
yes, but well, no, because we failed. That's what it really is. So
That was the most depressing game.
because it was a failure. It was just a
Oh.
bad.
That's
All right.
the quarterback is that's the cute little kid, right?
Dawn doesn't.
Brock
He's a
or
kid.
something.
I have no idea. Are you asking me? Dawn knows. What's
No,
his name?
I don't know why you have to talk about kids. Why do you keep saying that?
What's his name?
They're kids.
I feel like you're trying to target me.
I'm not.
Targeting.
Why is that?
We have
Who
to
you
do
thought was
trivia.
cute?
You guys,
Oh, yeah, we have-
I looked up trivia, and it's all about like what was this player that earned
No,
this. And
it's gotta be fun trivia.
I cannot find it. I feel like we need to have a guest host on, like Aaron. We'll ask Aaron because he's gonna want to come on now that
Aaron's got to defend his
know.
title now that Danielle. Oh,
Yeah.
I feel like kickers are different.
and
They're
we're
always
back at it.
different.
Okay, so moving on because we're still talking about the same thing.
Still talking about kickers.
Okay, so let's move on because she's eating candy corn, trying to
I'm sorry.
stop talking. Halloween. Halloweeny.
Are we gonna have to cut this whole thing out?
No, Aaron's gonna come
Aaron's
at
gonna
you.
love it.
And you know what we're
Aaron,
gonna do?
he knows he's different.
Aaron will not cancel us, right, Aaron?
Okay, can I tell
His
this?
wife is right now. She's sitting somewhere smiling her ass.
Yeah.
off.
Oh, what happened?
Oh,
Biff,
listen.
branches.
This is barbecue.
Time out. I was at the grocery store, and guess who I ran into? But Biff's Backyard Barbecue.
You did?
I did, and he said to me, "Hey, when's your next podcast?" This was last week,
I wanna try the
And I said-
barbecue.
and I said, "Unfortunately, we had to take this week off because we had events." Because we're famous. And I said, but we're back next week. And he's like, you guys have to let me know and to let Dusty tell him because he will provide
Yes,
us with some
Dusty's
snacks.
fault. Dusty needs to organize.
It's
that.
So
Dusty's fault.
we are going to have some very, very special food and we
I'm
will
so
even,
excited.
yeah.
Like
and
coleslaw.
everybody
Mm.
raves about
Potatoes,
how amazing his
fried
food is. So we'll put all his details out there too.
Biff does it right.
Yeah.
So anyway, Halloween is happening.
It's October.
It's
How is
October. I have not decorated, by the way.
Wait,
I don't think I'm gonna.
you don't like? Oh, do you know what Grady said one time? He's like, I love all your decorations for because you have like fall decorations,
haven't even put those out, and I don't think I'm gonna.
but you don't do Halloween decorations.
No, I do not do Halloween.
I bought a
decorations.
stuffed animal the other day. That's a cute little Freddy Krueger doll. It's hysterical. I love Halloween.
I love
I-
Halloween too.
Hate Halloween. Like, I don't even know why we have it.
Why?
I think it should just go away.
I feel like you're a crotch.
Yeah.
Why do you hate Halloween?
It's like- Okay, first of all, who needs all that candy?
What did
no
you
one.
What did you dress
Second
like
of all,
when you were
it's
younger?
like, you can't dress scary. You can't dress like a
You
killer.
can't offend
You
anyone.
can't, like, offend anyone.
You
So
Well, you used to be able to.
I have to
Yes.
fight with my
So-
kids every year about what they
You
wear.
can't wear that to
and-
school.
Yeah.
kind of thing.
You
Like,
used to
I
be able to
hate it.
offend
I
people.
hate
though.
it.
You can't offend people
So
now, but
you
used to be able to.
yourself, you don't like dressing up.
No,
I love.
I do not
dressing
like
up.
dressing
I
up.
love dressing up, but I feel like there's a difference with women. It's like when you dress up, it's like, is it simple? Is it slutty? Is it gory?
Or is it funny? Like you can have a
Funny. I love
costume that's
funny.
like, that is hysterical
Yes.
that you did that.
Yes.
I was at a Halloween party. It was actually, when I was in my band, they had a Halloween contest, right? And it was a man dressed as a wall plug and a woman dressed as a light bulb. I kid you not. She plugged in. And it
would light
worked.
up. That's amazing.
It was amazing.
That's
And I
awesome.
still remember to this day, and that was probably 25 years ago.
Yeah.
It was awesome. So like,
I've been Ruth Bader Ginsburg for the last 5 years
shocker.
Because it's easy and
because I got those graduation gowns. So I just
Yeah.
wear
Oh my God.
and things.
I love
It's
it.
hard though. That's
Well
the hardest part. Like,
I love thinking of something, but unless I have something really good,
And then you're gonna spend all that money to put it on for like
No,
3
I'm
hours.
feeling it
Yeah.
for this October. I think we have to
we
do
gotta do some
something.
epic, right?
Yeah.
So I will say that my husband, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, was Pee-wee Herman.
Oh my God.
Oh,
it's
that
so
was the
funny.
Batman movie.
And
They're like,
I
oh,
was
that
so impressed
cute.
because typically he is not that guy. It was fantastic.
That was
Dusty and I were Jack
amazing.
and Coke,
Yes, you were Jack and Coke. I
Yes.
think I was.
which meant I wore
You were
jeans
like
and a
an
t-shirt.
80s
Yeah, but what's her name?
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
But like,
What is her Jane Fonda?
Jane Fonda.
Jane
Yeah.
Fonda. I was the bride of Frankenstein.
And it was so
And
good.
Kevin was
Frankenstein.
Frankenstein, but he actually, because I painted his face, he actually looked like the Hulk because he's so
Yeah,
big.
but honestly, that was your
It was
hair.
fun.
It was so
That was
great.
fun.
And so that was a lot of fun. Okay, when you comment on like your favorite not only couples costumes, but like your own favorite costumes
yeah.
you've seen, because that's kind of fun to hear. And
What was your favorite costume that you've ever dressed up as?
ooh, that's a great question.
I was a dead cheerleader.
I was
It was fun.
I was a cow.
Cow?
Literally a cow with I had udders on me.
Oh.
And it was
Oh.
actually like amazing, but now I realize
Were you
that it's not-
nursing?
yeah, it wasn't, but I loved it. And it was comfy and I was
No
warm and
offense,
cozy.
but I see you dressing up as like the slutty outfits. Like the slutty
I mean, don't get me
nurse,
wrong, I've had a couple.
like dominatrix.
When I
like
gotta pull some shit out, I pull it
Okay,
out. But
yeah.
no, this time I was just a cow. Yeah.
cow
Huh.
doesn't suit you.
Well, I'm
Yeah,
just
don't
saying
do
is
that
all.
then.
What were you? What was your best costume?
Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Stop.
Shocker.
I feel like I've dressed up as so many. I was Madonna one year, long time ago, with the fake ponytail and the corset.
I'm trying to think. Oh, when I was singing, I was a police officer, and all my whole band were jailbirds, so they all had on the stripes, and that outfit was pretty slutty.
That's cute.
I don't think I've ever dressed up in anything.
Well, when I was doing
love
that,
dressing
every year we had like the big Halloween
Yeah.
parties, so we were decked
Yeah.
out. Like that was super fun.
I love doing costumes for my kids.
Halloween is beneath me.
Mm.
That means
You
that
must
she's
not be the
boring.
creative type.
Nope. Well, okay, moving on. 'Cause she's lame. So okay, so
We're
scary.
gonna pick up some. We're gonna pick something for her, something crazy.
That's
We get to dress.
we
her
get
up.
to dress.
I get
her
to
up
do
this
her
year.
makeup.
Oh God, no! That I'll break out.
No, we're doing it. We're doing
That's
it.
a great idea. We're
I'm
gonna
gonna
pick
do-
our
I love
costume.
doing
Stay
makeup.
tuned. Stay tuned. Okay, so scary movies that you guys have like seen, and I will tell you, I have a great one from when I was a little kid. Like a little kid.
Really?
I would come home from school, my brother and I, and my parents worked because they were hard ass workers. And I would watch every day during like this time of year, Children of the Corn
Ew.
on VHS.
Dawn.
On VHS.
That's
and
morbid.
I know.
I can't watch.
I'll never forget. I went to a sleepover. It was after like a
Mm.
softball tournament, and it was at Mandy Miller's house. And her mom let us watch The Fly.
Oh,
I had never seen anything.
Doesn't it
see,
scare
I
you?
don't like that. I didn't
Yeah,
like that.
and I had never seen a scary movie in my life, and I was
It
like,
traumatizes
I was probably
you.
only in like fourth grade, and I
Yeah.
remember that. I remember sitting in that
Yep.
apartment, like watching that
Yep.
movie, and I was.
I'm telling you, we
traumatized.
watch Children of the Corn regularly. And the other one, have you guys ever seen Firestarter with Drew Barrymore?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I remember being at my grandparents' house, my Bush and Dodge, and they probably didn't know I was watching it, but I was downstairs and it was on, and I was literally like,
You guys know what?
she's
I
set the
watched
house
it.
on fire. This is amazing. Like, I was
watched
so
that
amazed.
movie on those
That's a good
those
movie.
discs. Remember that were like
Yes.
square?
Oh, yeah,
And you
yes.
put them in
Yes.
the
Yep.
thing.
Yep.
That's how we watched Firestarter.
Yeah, we were VHS. I mean,
I
seriously.
remember watching Freddy Krueger at a sleepover,
Mhm.
and I, to this day, when it comes on like commercials during Halloween, I have to cover my eyes.
Yeah, I hate
See,
scary
that
Long arms.
Oh.
Ugh.
the other one was Friday the 13th.
Yes, and
And
I,
I-
Pet Cemetery and all.
Oh,
Yeah.
Pet Cemetery's horrible.
And that one did not bother me that much. Friday the
when he gets
13th.
hit by the semi and his
Oh,
little foot is just.
Friday the 13th.
That's
I
a
didn't
gem.
like when Jason was hiding behind the door, and I
Oh.
knew he was there. I watched him like,
but
he's
if
there.
the movies now are literally like girls, little like young girls crawling in like their nightgowns, they're
Yeah.
like so creepy.
It's
like
creepy.
ours were like scary, but the stuff now I can't.
I'll
watch
tell
it.
you, Children of the Corn though was no
Yeah, it was
joke
no
because
joke.
I remember thinking Malachi was coming. Like I would sit at a restaurant, like there was a scene where there was all windows, and he walked by, and it was like that.
Mm-mm.
But back then, we didn't have like Netflix and like 1,000
Mm-mm.
movies to watch. So I would watch, like, I watched Beetlejuice like 100
Oh yeah, it's such a
times.
good one.
I just watched
There's a new one
movies
out, by the
over
way.
I
and
heard
over.
it's terrible.
Oh, you did.
no, I
Oh, I'm so
loved
disappointed.
that. That movie was so good.
I will say this has nothing to do with Halloween. Sorry, I'm going on a tangent, but the Maverick, the new Top Gun, was legit.
That was like
considering-
2 years.
I-
That was like 2 years
It
ago.
was. I don't know why we're talking about.
It was.
Sorry, Donnie. I was
Am
like,
I-
It was good. It
I
was
feel
really
like
good.
It was like
Because we were talking about like new
2022.
movies. That was not that long ago.
It was
Check. I think it was
2023.
2023.
It was a couple of years.
No, you're lying.
Okay.
But anyway, like sometimes those redos are not very good.
Mhm.
That one was really good.
What about what's the little one with the animals that if you feed them or Gremlins? Yes.
Yeah.
I feel like all of our kids should watch Gremlins.
So
It's so funny because when you watch movies from like our
They're not
day,
good.
they're terrible. Like just like the actual movie
Yes.
itself.
I make my
quality.
kids watch. I'm like, you're gonna love this. Just watch it.
It probably
And
looks
then
like the
they're like,
Gremlins
yes.
are like on screen.
Robots. My kids watch them and they're like, oh yeah, this is good. They're on
My
their
parents
phones.
had a Himalayan Persian cat. Those are those like with squishy, ugly faces. And we used to, his name was Gizmo, which was the main
Oh,
gremlin because he
yes.
was so ugly and squishy. But I worked at Blockbuster, and
You
they would.
did?
I did too.
You did?
I was working when I first met Kevin at a Blockbuster.
There we go. Look at us.
Did you get all the creeps going in the porn room?
We didn't have a porn room in ours.
Oh, you did?
Welcome to Michigan, not Ohio.
We have porn rooms in Michigan.
Not in Blockbuster Video.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, you did.
I worked there for 4 years.
Or maybe that
I
was
was
Family
a-
Video.
Yeah, I was a connoisseur of the Blockbuster Video. We never.
I know there was a porn room in our block.
Maybe
Never.
maybe Dawn
Maybe in Brown City.
didn't know.
We didn't have a blockbuster. City.
Maybe Dawn didn't know that was the whole porn room. She just thought it was like
No,
a regular movie.
I became a manager there.
Oh.
Thank you.
Damn.
There was no porn
No,
there.
like the
Jeez.
guys would come in and check those out, and I would be like, ew.
Do you know what was weird though? We
Did you
would
have to
work.
clean them when they brought them back?
No, it said please rewind and clean, be kind. That's what it said
Did
on
it
this.
say that? I remember said clean. Did they have wet wipes like mine? Where you can wipe your
It was sticking out on top like the box. It had a little wet
Please
wipe.
return and clean.
Be kind.
Please be kind.
Your sperm.
So disgusting.
No,
There was like a room, and all the guys that would go back there, like me and
Are you
people
sure it was
working.
Blockbuster? We did not have
Me
that
and-
in our
Maybe
Blockbuster.
it was like a fake-
Blockbusters.
There was like it was just like a room.
I
that
mean,
was
we
like,
had like an adult section, but it was
that's
not
what it was.
porn. It
Well,
was
that's what it was. It was like too much.
Well, I guess maybe we need to know what your definition of porn is.
Well, what's your definition of porn? These were like
naked
our
people.
Like
naked people having sex or naked people? Because like
having sex.
no, then we didn't have that.
I feel
You
like we definitely had a room like that.
Google it.
I know in Grand Blanc the Blockbuster had a porn room.
There's no way it was a Blockbuster. I'm sorry. I'm gonna stand by it.
Was it like a one?
I wore the blue shirt and khakis for 4 years, and I swear to God,
Did I work at a Block Booster or something?
Were you at Family Video?
you were at Block Booty. That is not the same place.
I remember Kevin came in one time and I was like, hey, and there's just like all these weird people waiting in a line for weird movies.
Yeah.
Well, I started there on my.
Can you imagine taking a porn up
No.
and being like, I want to rent this?
No,
one?
but that didn't happen.
I'm gonna go home and plug it in and do my thing and then bring it back to you. Get a life. Get a girlfriend.
Get a girlfriend. Well, if you can't get a
Well, they didn't
girlfriend,
have, like Tinder and shit back
No.
then.
think about that. Think about how much different life was with
Oh, God.
no electronics. You
Can you
couldn't just
imagine-
get porn.
Can you imagine dating right now?
No.
So I have a friend.
No,
I have
I
a-
wouldn't do it. I wouldn't go on a dating site.
I have a friend who's recently divorced ish, and they're dating. And they,
Or on the dating site.
yes.
Oh.
And I'm going to tell you,
I've had friends tell me stories
this
that are
this
beyond.
person is somebody that will send me like, like
Read this.
so and so. No, it's more like pictures, and then
Oh.
the reality comes.
Oh,
and
it's like a pot belly.
It's like nope. Like they go and hang out, go on a date, and
And
there's
she's
been like 3.
Oh, who are you?
It's like shocking.
Ew.
So I'm like, that's so
Ew,
disappointing.
ew.
But you know what? What a waste of time for the other person too. Like, why wouldn't you just be
you?
you?
Guys, I could not do that. If some guy
No.
was
It's
rude
hard.
to me, I'd be like, let's go back to my house and I'd bury him in my fucking backyard. I do not
Okay.
put up with that shit.
Do you feel like we should
No.
intervene?
Cut.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, if some
interesting.
guy was like rude to me or gross or took me out on a date, I'd be like, I'm gonna hit you with my.
I don't even think it's that. I think they
when
lie.
I thought my husband was gonna die, I was like thinking about like, Jesus Christ, I'm gonna have to date again.
Cut.
No,
Cut.
I'm not. I'm not dating. Thank
Cut.
God he didn't die because I literally am not dating.
So Candy, let's talk about Candy.
Dusty, hang on, dude.
Dusty, we need you, brother. We can't deal with her dating life.
I do not want to hook her up with anybody.
Her dating life will be a disaster for
I'm
us.
gonna bury you in my backyard.
We're gonna change our phone numbers if you go, Dusty, just so you know. All right.
Dusty's like, please, check, please.
Jackson, he's like, I'm out too. He's like, I'll go with you guys. We're all out.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's one of my questions because I am not this person. Maybe I wish I was, but
Yeah, I think we're
2
past our
hours.
30
Could we
minute
cut it
time
into
frame.
2 house
we'll just
clips?
yeah.
What?
That was really rude.
I'm sorry.
She said it.
I mean,
sorry.
the last one was
Why are
20
you looking at me?
because you said it's been like
All I did was this, and she was like, "It's been 2 hours."
No, it has not.
You had something really good to say. I could feel
No, I didn't. I was going to talk about full size candy bars.
Full size candy bar. I definitely do.
Full
do
size.
Full size. We can segue from porn into full size. Super
Really?
sized. I do only super sized.
Liar. She does whatever comes her way. So, okay. No, I'm just saying. What? It's
I
real.
only have one coming my way. And it's
Super sized.
We're cutting that. We're cutting that. We're cutting that.
Leave that in.
I do super size candy. I do. I do
What
full
is
size.
super sized candy?
You know,
Like it says super size on the Kit Kat.
You know how sometimes like you have
So instead of 4,
neighbors.
there's 6.
No, sometimes you have neighbors that like
what?
Instead of 4 things to break off in a Kit Kat, there's 6.
It's like king size.
yeah, but no, when
No,
you
just
give
full
out
size.
candy,
I'm just teasing. It's not like the teeny Snickers. It's like a full Snickers.
Yeah,
but that's because in our sub we don't have as many people.
that's right.
But what do you have your thing? Like I give out like Bubblicious bubble gum.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Never get gum, and the kids always like if you see all their
Do you
candy,
guys
they have gum.
put your candy in a bowl
Yeah.
and put it on your porch and leave the light on and then just go away?
No, we open the door and
No.
Is that what you do?
No, we open the door, but
and kids say,
I'm
Do you
gonna
have a candy passer outer at your
Yeah.
house?
no, I've never had because
Yeah.
my kids all go trick or
It's usually
treating.
my
My kids
mom.
are never
So
home now.
so you just put it on the porch and like
No,
let
I
people
just do it.
You do it.
Yeah.
You're the candy passer.
Oh yeah,
outer.
yeah. I'm sorry. I
Yeah,
didn't see
yeah,
you, Matt.
yeah.
Okay.
Katie,
No,
you
I
just put a
cannot
sign that says,
stand.
"Take
I'm
it."
sorry, and I know a lot of people do
Well,
this.
the kids
I'm
want to
sorry,
say
but,
trick or
like,
treat to the
Yeah,
people.
I don't like it when people just put it on their
Oh,
porch
I see
and,
what you're
like,
saying.
I thought you were
one
saying you
or
do
whatever.
that.
No, I
Oh,
don't.
that's
We
terrible.
always have someone put
Yes.
candy
Do you
out.
know what-
Every single year.
The little
Yeah.
frog, the little
We
like
want to say trick or
Thomas the
treat.
Trump comes up.
What's a bummer is that we don't get that many people in our. So hopefully we will now because we have more houses.
Yeah.
I hate
But
it.
I will tell you, Will was sick a couple years ago, and so he had to stay home. And I was so excited. So I was like, okay, you and I will pass out the candy. And we stood there, and I literally decked out our foyer and left our door wide open.
I love that.
And we had the lights on, we had music going. I swear to you guys, it was the
Did like 5
best.
people.
I love
yeah,
that.
but it was still the best.
We play
Yeah.
Thriller.
Yeah,
and we
it was
love when
so
the little-
fun.
I love when the teeny little ones can't step up the step.
But then when you get the teenager little assholes, you're like,
and they
bro.
do 2 handfuls, and you're
Like,
like,
come
all right,
on.
bro,
Yeah.
calm down.
so. Anyway.
Yeah, so if you're out there, don't put your candy dish on the porch.
Don't
Love
do
it.
it.
That's a great idea. Don't do it.
do
Be home.
You're
so
missing
some kid
out.
can say trick or treat to you.
Get off the
Oh,
couch.
That's such a good idea.
Go
Yeah.
stand up by the door and let the little kid say trick or
I
treat.
know. Now, if the Tigers are on, though, you get a pass.
Put it in the bowl and say Tigers are
Say,
on.
Go Tigers! So,
Yeah.
all right, so we are done.
Fun.
This was super fun. We did good.
Crazy. Nice.
Aaron, we're looking forward to seeing you in the next couple weeks on our
Aaron,
podcast.
we love you. You are normal.
Yeah.
You are more than normal,
Yeah.
which makes you abnormal. If you're more than normal, that
Here's
makes
to the
you-
kickers, guys.
Cheers!
Cheers.
Cheers!